Okay, everybody, Stephen Key here, and today I'm going to talk about what happens if you have an idea or you have an invention. What do you do? And I'm going to go through some of the steps. This could get fairly long, but I'll keep it fairly short for you. Well, if you've got an invention or if you've got an idea, what do you do first? I'm here to tell you, take a deep breath, relax. You need to educate yourself. Don't rush out, call a patent attorney and file a patent or build a prototype or do any of those things. I want you to educate yourself, and that's why these videos I think are really going to help you. Okay, so you've got this idea, you've got this invention. What do? You want to make sure the first step is to really determine, do I have a new idea? Is it new? And the way to do that, I call it study the marketplace, is step number one, where you're going to do a Google image search or a Google shopping search on the internet to determine if you have a new idea. Now, what's going to happen is that you're going to find a lot of ideas out there, and you might find yours, or you might find some similar ones. And if you find some similar ideas, that's perfectly fine, because you're really looking to find your point of difference. If your idea has enough to go forward with it, to spend time, to spend money, to see if people truly want it. So that's step number one. Study the marketplace is really important. Now, once you've gone online and you've looked around and maybe you found some similar ones, but you still aren't quite sure if someone else has invented your idea, I would do a patent search. I'd go on Google, type in Google patents, and learn how to do a search for prior patents. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. There's some YouTube videos on this. You can take some classes on this. You can even hire someone to do this. But look around, type in some words, and you won't find everything because there's just too many prior patents out there. But you're going to learn to search to see if you are the true inventor of your idea. Now, realize there's a lot of prior patents, and you're not going to find them all, and that's perfectly fine. And I'm not really worried about finding prior patents. I'm really more concerned, is my idea on the market? All right, so you've done step number one. You looked around, you found some similar ideas. Maybe you looked around and you did your prior art searching, looking for prior patents, and you found some similar ones, both on Google patents, maybe a couple in the market, but you really determined that your idea is new. And you have also determined that your point of difference, the benefit of your idea, it's pretty cool, and no one's really done it yet. And so you're like, okay, I want to spend more time. I want to go forward. I like my idea. I like my invention. What should you do next? Okay. You need to determine. So step number two is really determining your point of difference and if you're going to go forward. And if you do that, fantastic. So step number three is you have a couple of options. You could manufacture it yourself, which that means you're going to raise money, maybe do a Kickstarter campaign. You're going to build a prototype, do the manufacturing, do the marketing. You're going to do all that kind of great stuff. And I think sometimes you should do it. But for me, there's another business method that I truly like, and that's called licensing, where I'm going to find a company that's looking for ideas, and if I can show my idea to them, and if they like it, they're going to take my idea, and they're going to bring it to market for me, and they're going to do all the heavy lifting, and they're going to pay me a royalty on each and every one they sell. It's called licensing, and I love that business model. And the reason why I like that business model, it's great for someone like me that doesn't want to do some of the other work or take the financial risk. And I can leverage the power of these big companies. So that's why I like licensing. But you do have a choice. If you have an invention or an idea, how do you commercialize it? You're either going to venture it yourself or you're going to license it to a company to bring it to market for you. All right, I don't know if this is but we'll call it step number 4. I want to talk about some of the benefits to make sure it is really a good fit for you. Now, I'm an idea person, and I don't like to take a lot of financial risk. So I like the licensing business model because the benefits are huge. Number one, you're going to collect a royalty on each and every one they sell. They're going to take the risk, and they're going to do the manufacturing, the marketing, distribution. Wow, they're going to do all the heavy lifting while you get typically probably a 5% royalty on the wholesale price. So every time they sell one, you're going to collect a royalty. But there's some other benefits to the licensing business model. Number one, it's speed. Today, if you have a great idea, you will get copied. I will guarantee it. And if you license it to a big company that maybe has the ability to defend it, to protect it, that might be a good thing. But today, it's really speed to market. And that's why I like licensing so much. Because if you find that company that already has the shelf space, they can bring your idea, your invention to market very, very quickly. So that's what you have to determine, what better suits your personality. Am I going to venture it, or am I going to license it? All right, so either way, I like licensing versus venturing, but really, when you go forward now, you have to determine, hey, I need a little bit of protection, or at least perceived ownership. And the best way to do that, if you've got an invention or an idea, is to file a provisional patent application. We call it a PPA for short. Now, what's really great about a PPA, you can do it yourself, you can file it yourself, and you can write it yourself because it doesn't require really any legalese. Now, the other thing I like about a provisional patent application, it gives you 1 year to put patent pending on your marketing material or on your prototype. I like it. 1 year is a long time. It allows you to shop it around to see if anybody's even interested in your idea. It also allows you that if you come up with something new, or if you make some changes, you can file another provisional patent application and bring them together within that year to file a non-provisional patent application. It's a great tool. You should learn how to do it. The other benefit of a provisional patent application, it just lets you test the waters to see if you want to go forward, to see if it has legs. And it gives you that little bit of perceived ownership, patent pending status. That's why I like it so much. All right, so you have filed for a little bit of protection at the USPTO. You filed a PPA. Now you want to market your idea to a potential customer, potential licensee. We call that a company that's looking for ideas from people like us. And you want to do that with a one-page advertisement. I call it a sell sheet. A sell sheet is just basically showing the benefit of your idea. And you could do that with a picture of your product or a prototype or a 3D rendering. It doesn't matter, but sell the benefit. And you do that by having a one-line benefit statement at the top so people really understand this is the benefit of my idea, my invention. It's really simple to do. Now, what's really important is that marketing copy, right? Not just a pretty picture, but why would someone even care? Now, what you can also do to market your invention or your idea is do a 1-minute video showing a problem, maybe for 15 seconds, and then show the solution for 45 seconds. That's a great way to show a potential licensee, to show a company that's looking for ideas from people like us, the benefits of your idea. Okay, so you have protected it with the provisional patent application. You got your marketing material. Now you're going to reach out to try to find those companies that are looking for ideas from people like us. Now, realize not every company wants to work with us inventors, but a lot of companies do. So this is what you should do. Go down to the local store where you think your product could possibly sell. Find that shelf. Find exactly that spot where your product's going to be. And all those other products next to it are your potential licensees. That's pretty simple to do. Now, what I do is I take my iPhone, I turn the packages around and take a picture of it because I'm going to reach out to those companies. Now, I could reach out to those companies 2 different ways. The old way, and I think it's okay, I still do it this way. I just call their corporate number, ask to speak to someone in the marketing department, and ask them, do they work with inventors? Do they take outside products submissions? Now, a lot of people don't like to do that because you're basically doing a cold call. Now, there is another way. And I wrote a book called Licensing Ideas Using LinkedIn, where you can reach out to companies on LinkedIn. It's really quite simple to do too. And the reason why I like LinkedIn so much today, you can reach out to any company in the world within seconds, within minutes, and make a contact, and then ask them, do they work with inventors? I like it because there's no gatekeepers. It's fast. You can do it any time of day. You can do it anywhere in the world. We're seeing more ideas get licensed using LinkedIn to make that initial contact to those companies that are looking for ideas. Okay, so you've used LinkedIn, or maybe you've called the company and they do want to work with inventors, and you show them your marketing material and they think, wow, this is a good fit for our product line. Our customers are going to love your idea. Now, what do? You want to ask them that you don't want to manufacture, that you're looking for a licensing agreement. Pretty simple. Now, some of these companies have done licensing before, so they can send you over a boilerplate licensing agreement. Some maybe not. You might have to explain what you're looking for. But if you explain to them, you're looking at licensing to them your idea for a fair and balanced royalty rate. That's pretty simple for them to do. Now, if they understand licensing, they're going to send you over a licensing agreement, and it's going to be awful. Okay, I can tell you that it's probably going to be boilerplate, and you're going to have to negotiate the royalty rate, which is a standard 5%, but there's a lot of stuff in a licensing agreement that gets very, very complicated. And I'm going to recommend that's when you're really going to need some help. And I'm going to suggest that you get two people to help you. You, first of all, get someone that understands licensing, that has seen a lot of licensing agreements, that can help you behind the scenes negotiate a fair and balanced licensing agreement from a business perspective. Then after you work out all the terms just about and you're ready to sign it, that's when I would bring in a licensing attorney to make sure there's things that maybe you didn't miss. Make sure that some of the liability is fair on both parties. That approach from a business perspective, then from a legal one, is the right approach in my opinion, and I've done this for many, many years. So this video, and let me talk a little bit about it. It's going to take a little bit longer than you think, and it's going to be a little stressful, but at the end of the day, it's a great business model to license your ideas to companies that are looking for ideas. But just be prepared. It's a little, you're pulling out your hair sometimes. Okay. During this video, I talked about some of the steps that you need to do in order to commercialize that idea or that invention. So if you have an idea, if you have an invention, look at some of these steps that I provided and start thinking about it. Okay, thank you for watching this video. So if you have an idea or if you have an invention, and maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you've been doing this for a long time, but you're not receiving the type of success you're looking for, please keep on watching these videos. If you want to take it one step further, please give us a call. We'd love to help you.